So remember when we spoke about Tiffany's? There was a tweet, I think in April, by a vice president at Tiffany's. He showed his CryptoPunk all bedazzled and bejeweled, and everyone was like, is this a thing that could become real? And it is. So Tiffany's has unveiled their $50,000 CryptoPunk necklaces. The collection is exclusively available to owners of CryptoPunks to purchase and is limited to 250 editions. Each necklace has a combination of 30 diamonds and gemstones. So the way this works is if you already have a CryptoPunk, you purchase an NFT that is worth about $50,000, and that's redeemable for this Tiffany's pendant. Zach,
wow,
tell
real
me.
utility in a luxury spending
There we go.
space. I want one. I don't have a CryptoPunk. These are sweet. These high-end things that come in the Tiffany, it's a Tiffany blue, Tiffany green, whatever that color is, in the box with the diamonds
Tiffany
and the
blue.
gold. This is amazing. I want one of these. I know there's only 250 of them. This is the high end of the NFT market versus what we just talked about with one of, right? Which is sort of more, again, that low end, that mass adoption thing, right? So that NFTs can encompass both these extremes in two stories here on the hash, I think is really interesting to me. But this is like high end consumer engagement. If you have it in your wallet, you have access to this additional thing that you can buy from Tiffany's. Tiffany's is probably pretty stoked. And I mean, they look cool. So yeah, go for it. Go for it, CryptoPunk holders. Get that Tiffany's. Let's do it.
I think, Wendy, before we pass it off to you, I think this is really interesting because that NFT that is attached to your necklace that you can see on the screen there can be sold and traded, and royalties always go back to Tiffany's. So we're introducing a new business model to this traditional luxury brand that I think will be really interesting to see how that plays out. So if they sell out all of these CryptoPunk necklaces, that's a $12 million net for them. And then if people start selling their necklaces because, hey, they don't want these anymore, or they want to sell those NFTs, royalties for Tiffany. So I think that's pretty interesting. Wendy?
So I've got a couple things to talk about this. So my aunt, when she worked in traditional finance, like way back when, the 40s and 50s, and she worked for Chemical Bank for about 25 years before they forced her to retire because she got old. But one of the things they gave her a Tiffany's watch for 25 years of service. And that watch is still in my family because it's a really, really big deal. A brand like Tiffany's getting involved with NFTs, getting involved with the punks, and then creating these custom pieces, I think is absolutely amazing. Because let's face it, if you have a piece of Tiffany's jewelry, are you really going to sell it for the most part? Are you going to hand it down to your family members? Me personally, I've got a bunch of Tiffany's jewelry when I was like 18, 19 years old, whatever, all that funny little silver stuff. I still have it. I'm going to pass it down to my daughter because it is Tiffany's. And I think because you actually have the Tiffany's name behind this, it might be a cool thing to kind of pass down to your kids. And I do see a lot of specific crypto or specific NFT holders that will get custom jewelry for their NFT that they have, whether it's a punk, whether it's an ape, etc. So I think this is a brilliant idea, and it's a great brand recognition for Tiffany's. Zach?
Guys, I just did some Googling. I was like, Tiffany's parent company, and it's Louis Vuitton, LVMH. And they are actually pretty smart about Web3. They have a venture arm that just brought on a former crypto VC person of prominence. They've done a couple of experiments in the past around crypto and Web3. So credit to whoever has their ear in terms of advising their crypto adventures, because I think this one makes a lot of sense, is interesting, is NFT utility, right? It's kind of weird to think of it as NFT utility, but that's what this is, right? They know they know in which wallets these punks reside. They're able to make, those keys available to them should those wallets want to purchase these additional tchotchkes. And I think that's a great additional business model that they're rolling into the fold, right? In the luxury brand space, we've seen all sorts of big luxury watchmakers, jewelry makers start to dabble in crypto. And I think it's really interesting to see that again at the forefront of sort of that cultural push is some of these big brands, the Gucci's, the LVMH, the Breitlings doing NFT watch verification, all sorts of stuff that's being toyed with here in the upper echelons of NFT utility. Interesting to me.
I like that it's called NFTIF.
It's cute playing words.
I like it. I know. LVMH, come on, really great with the marketing. They also teamed up, Zach, I don't know if you remember, with Beeple for that game they launched where you could go off and learn about Louis Vuitton history and collect NFTs. So yeah, I think LVMH is doing it right.